To close out the IOTShield demo, I want to be transparent about the current limitations of the capstone implementation and share a short wish list of improvements we would make in a future iteration. First, IOTShield uses the fully simulated devices. The thermostat, camera, and door lock scripts generate realistic telemetry, but they're not connected to actual hardware sensors or embedded systems. This is perfect for repeatable lab, but it doesn't cover firmware level vulnerabilities, wireless protocols, or hardware tampering. In the next phase, we would integrate at least one real physical device, such as a smart plug or camera, and extend the pipeline to include real network traffic, firmware updates, and maybe even physical tamper events. So as for limitations, second, the current deployment is single node and single SIM. All events go into a single Splunk Enterprise instance running on Lab VM, and the data volume is intentionally small. We're not modeling multi-tenant environments, long-term retention, or horizontal scaling. In the future, we'd like to test the same detections on other platforms, such as Elastic or cloud-native SIMs, and push higher event volumes to study performance, noise, and cost over time. Third, the attack coverage is scripted and bounded. We have 12 well-defined attack patterns, like brute force, port scan, directory traversal, SQL injection, XSS, and data exfiltration, and the queries are tuned exactly to those scenarios. We don't yet cover insider threats, supply chain attacks, or more subtle living off the land behaviors. A logical extension would be to add new simulators or red team scripts that generate more diverse adversary behaviors, then expand the correlation logic to catch low and slow patterns, chained attacks across multiple devices, and false suppression. Fourth, IOTShield currently stops at detection. We alert and visualize events in dashboards, but there's no automated response, no firewall rule updates, no ticket creation, and no playbook execution. In the future work, we'd integrate the SIM with SOAR tooling and custom webhooks so that certain alerts could automatically trigger containment actions, notifications, or enrichment steps. Finally, some of the security controls are intentionally relaxed to make the lab easy to run. For example, the simulators disable TLS certificate verification to work with self-signed certificates, and all components run inside a trusted lab network. A production-ready version would enforce full TLS verification, stronger authentication for every component, role-based access to dashboards, and hardening of the underlying OS and Splunk configuration. Even with these limitations, IOTShield achieves the main goal of the capstone, creating a realistic, repeatable environment where we can generate IoT traffic, simulate attacks, and see how the SIM surfaces those behaviors. The wishlist items give a clear roadmap for turning this lab into a more complete production style and IoT security monitoring platform.